Okay, here we are again. Candlewood! Candlewood!
Oh, sorry, hi there. Just slabbing my bridge.
Just slabbing your bridge. Well, I'm about to slab you round the face with this fish. Excuse me, I'm talking to you. Hello, yes, I've brought a fish here. In fact, I've brought 32 fish, and I will slap you with each and every one of them if you do not pay up right now.
32 fish slaps. Okay, right, hang on. I've just got this in my pocket. Sorry, do you hear? Oh, sorry, that's the personalised ringtone I have for my mum. So I'll just be right back. She's just calling. I'll just be a minute. Hi, mum. Can you pretend you're talking to me? I've got a guy, a lone shark or maybe a lone salmon. It looked like. Just pretend we're having a chat. Sorry, I'll be a while. Sorry, just be a while. Maybe come back another time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Decidedly Vanilla. My name is Pixlriffs. Today we're heading back over to Cookie's base, which I believe is over this way. I always get lost around spawn. I've mentioned that a couple of times already. Evening, we have a few mobs out, and yeah, I can see a tower in the distance that's definitely Cookie's place. Getting thrown around here by a couple of zombies, but never mind. We're going to be working on the interior of the Cookie Temple, the Temple of the Order of the Cookie, which I built in the last Friday episode, and you can see the impressive build over at Cookie's place coming into view. He said he wants a nether portal to be in here. I'm not sure if he's built that himself yet or if I'm supposed to build that myself, but I'm pretty sure he wants to come out of the nether into the temple and then be able to access the rest of his base from there. So we may need to build that into the design. I don't have any obsidian on me is my only concern, but I do have a bit of other stuff on me, and we can always get the obsidian. That's not going to be a huge problem. Got diamond, got a bucket of water, pretty much everything else we need. And he's added these walls since we were last here, so it is now slightly more difficult to get up here, but there's a door going through here. I guess it's mob-proof the area a little bit, so it stops stuff coming over here across the loch, or whatever this is, across the reservoir, and making their way into his base. So yeah, he's got my my medieval house with a couple of additions. The Temple of the Order of the Cookie is still here, and it looks like he hasn't changed anything, so that's fine. We will get moving on a couple of things that we can do in here. I'm thinking what we want to do is I've got a ton of stone slabs and a bit more quartz that I brought over myself, some prismarine, some andesite, and for some reason one orange stained clay. Kane and KB are both on the server right now, and they are doing some stuff around Freehaven, so it's possible that it may have come from that. But what we're going to do is we're going to put mainly, I think, stone slabs as the floor in here. They seem to be kind of a clean grey kind of floor material, quite useful. They look like tiles, you know, there's that kind of tile effect you get with them, and we can do a floor pattern and stuff in here. This section down here, thank you to everyone in the last episode who pointed out that I got the head, abdomen, thorax thing wrong. The middle bit is actually the thorax, the butt is the abdomen. So yeah, in the abdomen, we're going to be building like a kind of, I guess, like an altar sort of thing. I guess there's got to be some sort of centerpiece around here that we're going to build, and I kind of want there to be staircases going down on either side here. That seems like a sensible thing to do. So you can just walk straight through to the back if you want to, maybe like a couple of partitions and stuff in here. I kind of want to put some bookshelves and stuff around as well, so maybe we can put some of those together. If we can maybe make a visit to Jefferson's cow farm, something like that. And then this bit here is going to be walkway along here and staircases down to whatever the basement is going to be. I'm also not sure if I want to put like a second level in here, maybe some sort of balcony that it's possible to get up to. Might just put ladders going up some of the pillars around here, or maybe up a pillar in the middle of the floor sort of around there, and then have a balcony go around here so there are upper levels, because that part of the dome there at least looks like it should have some kind of balcony going around it. Around here, not so much, because I feel like that diminishes the effect of these walls. I like the walls to look kind of clean and impressive, so maybe we'll just have a couple of low things around here. We will see. But I'm going to get on with this, going to do most of it off camera so I'm not waffling too much at you guys, and I can do a bit of my trial and error stuff, which I usually do when it comes to interior building. I'll bring you back in when we've got a little bit more done. Hey folks, welcome back. So this is how the interior is looking so far. Pretty much just got this front part done and a little bit of what's going in the middle, because I got around to making pretty much this entire section here out of stone slabs, and then of course I remembered that Cookie uses a texture pack, and in the texture pack the stone slabs look way more detailed than they do in regular vanilla default Minecraft. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that. Every single stone slab has this pattern of these two rabbits, which is a really nice pattern. It looks really cool. But if you have a bunch of that all in one area, it looks super detailed. And even this, I think, is almost too much block detail. It's got so many different textures going on that I'm tempted to kind of simplify it. And this quartz texture is pretty much the only one. And thankfully, quartz in Wolfhound tiles beautifully. But this is pretty much the smoothest texture I have in here right now, because everything else just has such a crazy combination of textures. I love the prismarine because it actually changes color the same way that the prismarine does in vanilla, and it changes even more noticeably than regular prismarine does, so it kind of lends this really nice magical feel to the interior we've got here. But yeah, there was just way too much going on. I put down some blue carpet for now. I might change the color of that to something else later on, because there's so much blue wool everywhere else and I don't want the blue to be completely overwhelming. I'm also going to put some lights underneath here, so that might change the feel of it a little bit. I just don't have any glowstone or redstone lamps or anything with me right now, and the prismarine lamps, the sea lanterns, look even weirder in the Wolfhound texture pack. I to be honest, I can't remember exactly what redstone lamps or glowstone look like, so I might have to rethink that decision later. But yeah, this is almost too much texture for me right now. I think I'm just about getting away with it, and in regular vanilla it looks really good as well. I'm kind of working for both of the texture packs right now. So this is how it's going, and the thing I really love about these slabs, I'm not super keen on the rabbit detail being absolutely everywhere, so I've just kept it to this row for now, but the stuff on the sides, I absolutely love that. It's kind of a similar thing to what I wanted to do with my damask wallpaper design in my house in Freehaven, kind of have this like repeated pattern of stuff going around the place, and with the carpet on top there, it makes this fantastic kind of like wall fringe effect that I'm really happy to use kind of on the staircases going down here. I'm going to throw some more prismarine into the walls, and underneath here I think it's going to look really good having a bunch of this around where the nether portal is going to go, because then each time this kind of changes to purple it will align really nicely with the purple kind of nether portal. Except, is a nether portal even purple in Wolfhound? I haven't even checked that, so it's probably a good idea that I do, because I'm having to rethink every decision as I make it, which is probably why it's a good thing I'm not doing this on camera. The water even looks very different, which is kind of cool. I hadn't even looked at a great deal of like flowing water in this texture pack at all. So yeah, as you can see, regular old smooth stone is not smooth at all. What are you? Are you a zombie? Yeah, you're a zombie. These guys are kind of like undead knights or something, which is really funny. There's a skeleton wearing a crown. There's so much going on here, and Cookie seems to live in the land of pink sheep. Like, there are an absolute ton of pink sheep over his farm. I think some of them have even spawned in naturally. I assume he's bred up a bunch of them after that hello creeper. I can see the grass is so nicely detailed. Kind of reminds me of some of the more cartoony texture packs you get, like Triton or Sphax or something that has like really nice black outlines around all the grass. And that makes me really like grass in a way that in the regular vanilla Minecraft, grass just looks, I don't know, it looks really kind of untidy. It doesn't quite look as stylish as this when you use grass a lot in an area. I'm kind of tempted to see what the Nameless Ruin would look like if it was made entirely out of stuff in this texture pack. I have a feeling it would look very, very different. So I'm going to head over to the nether portal just to check that it's actually purple. Not that I'm going to completely change my decision to use the prismarine if the nether portal isn't purple, but just to kind of check on the colour. That's interesting. That doesn't have the same kind of like ripply texture. It's like a static texture. That's really very strange. I like the particles, though. The particles are really neat looking. Anyway, I'm going to head back over to Freehaven to grab some more supplies. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. So here we go, folks. This is what it's looking like so far, and for the most part this is pretty basic. It's mainly just kind of colour combinations right now, and I threw in a bit of white stained clay, which in regular old vanilla I'm not a big fan of next to the quartz. I think it works okay with the blue, but anytime you put this next to quartz, it just shows off how not white stained clay is. But then we're kind of used to that by now. I think stained clay colours have always been a little bit wonky for builders, but there you go. Now I'm going to throw a couple of light sources around here just to make sure we're completely lit up, and we're going to do something about those later. I might put glowstone blocks underneath the corners over here where we've got these white glass blocks. I'll probably take those out, put glowstone under there. Finally, it looks a lot better in my opinion. And then when you put this in Wolfhound, it's actually looking really good so far. I think I've kind of got the right balance of textures. Cookie sent me a revised version of the Wolfhound texture pack. It's his kind of custom version of Wolfhound, which has actually completely changed the texture of the wool blocks. So now it looks like this, which is very much like a kind of carpet tile thing, but it doesn't look too bad for the walls and stuff all the way around, and so I'm okay with it. I think we're going to be fine with this. And yeah, the white stained clay looks like this really kind of nice shade of grey, which I think looks a lot better than the kind of pinkish colour that it is, the kind of flesh pink colour, or the white person flesh pink colour in regular vanilla. So I think this looks a little bit better, and to be honest, Cookie's going to be the one who's going to be here the most often, so this is what he's going to be seeing. And these emerald blocks and stuff, I was considering putting carpet over the top of those just so they don't stand out as much, but I really like the shades of green they use. This is kind of like the altar. This is, where you might stand if you're conducting some sort of ceremony in whatever temple this is meant to be. Kind of weird non-denominational temple, but there you go. And then either side of here, I'm going to start putting some of the detail in over the next next hour or so. It's probably going to take me a little while to get it absolutely right, but I'm going to put in kind of partitions coming down here, some bookshelves and things on either side, maybe a little room where people can kind of sit and relax and meditate or whatever people are going to do here. And then around here we're going to start putting some detail into the walls. I've already got these columns of water coming down from the ceiling and vanishing down here, and in theory this would be some sort of drain, although I haven't really kind of put anything in to symbolize a drain other than the two plates of stone slab, and I think those actually look pretty good, so I'm probably going to leave it like that. And the prismarine brick in there I might cover up with the carpet because it's going to have the same texture as this, but I think it doesn't look too bad next to everything else. I think it's not wholly out of place there, kind of muting the water, making sure the water kind of runs into that little spot there. So this is how it's going so far. Doing all right. KB and Kane have gone, and B-Ran is online, so nice to see a couple of people from DV representing on the server. Gonna do a little bit of work on the detail of this thing, and you guys will see it again in a second. This is about as far as I've got, and it's as far as I'm going to go today. You'll probably catch the rest of this another time, maybe not in next week's episode. I don't want to do 3 episodes of this back to back. I'll find something else to do next Friday, but this is how far we've gotten. I haven't done anything further down here because I really want to get Cookie's opinion on what I've done so far and what else needs to go underneath. But here I've got what I think of as the kind of meditation area and the reading area, and I've got an enchanting table over here. This is not intended to be like a legit enchanting setup. I don't really have anything that I can demonstrate it with, but I'm pretty sure with the bookshelves around here you're not going to be getting high level enchants or anything. It is possible even that the carpet around here is blocking the shelves, because if you put torches in front of bookshelves, then that eliminates the it stops the particles from getting to the table. Like if I take these away, let's see if any of the you start to see the glyphs appearing. That's actually the enchanting power getting to the table from there. So I'm pretty certain that if I put these carpets back here, you're only going to be getting like basic level enchants from there. So that's basically just there as a decoration kind of thing for somebody to do like a bit of reading in here kind of thing, just for the RP element of it, not necessarily for any kind of practical use. But I quite like this partition, and if you come through here, I've done a little bit of work on the ceiling up there, but I'm not going to be able to get the rest of this done tonight and still get the episode out on time. And much as I want to give you guys a bunch of cool looks at the stuff I'm building, I also want to get out an episode on time. So here it is, and I'll show you again in Wolfhound, because Wolfhound is really where this build comes into its own. I've kind of been designing it all in Wolfhound as I go, instead of doing most of the stuff in vanilla like I usually do. And with these bigger builds, I'm less experienced with doing kind of full-on interior decorations, so a lot of the stuff I tend to do tends to focus on smaller detail, and it's going to take a lot of work to pack in as much detail as we can into this build. But check this out. I love the way the enchanting book looks and everything in this, and this crafting table here actually blends really nicely with the bookshelves, because it's got this one panel on the side that has kind of little potion bottles and bags and stuff that looks similar to what you have on the regular bookshelf texture. So good job Wolfhound on that. I think the trapdoors work a lot better in Wolfhound here because they're not see-through. You have that kind of complete sort of thing, so they blend into the wall a lot better. They're kind of a full panel instead of one with holes in like they are in vanilla. And yeah, this whole kind of area looks pretty nice as far as I'm concerned. This kind of mat I thought was just somewhere people could relax and meditate and stuff. And over here we've got this wall, which is intended to be kind of a decoration, and it's a throwback to some work I did for Cookie before, where there were kind of alternating coloured panes of glass on the wall, but this is my way of sneaking in my Pixlriffs design company named pane up there, just to kind of have it out of the way so people don't necessarily see it absolutely everywhere they look. And that is pretty much going to be it for today's episode. I did want to quickly run over to Spawn and check my mailbox, because I haven't checked it for a little while, and I know there's going to be a couple of things in there. I've seen it in a couple of other people's episodes where they picked up little kind of like funny named items, little puns and stuff that people have left in there, occasionally resources and stuff, and nobody sort of said, yes, I've left something here in your mailbox, go check it or anything, but I thought I'd probably better clean that out whilst my inventory is kind of clear, because I've been dumping out all of the stuff that I was using for the build in the chest over there. So we're going to take a nice wander back to Spawn to finish up the episode and take a look around here to see if there are any more cows, because I want a couple more bookshelves, but for that I need leather, and I'm running a little bit low on leather in my chests in Freehaven, so I thought on the way I would keep an eye out for any cows. Doesn't look like there are any out. They are this kind of really nice like Highland cow, almost brown colour, but not that kind of brown, because that is a brown sheep. But there's a couple of them around that I've spotted whilst I've been working on the stuff over at Cookie's place, but I think I may have dwindled the cow population slightly. Not to worry, let's head over to the tree and check the mail. Can't remember the last time I actually came here to check my mailbox, so it has been a little while ago. I'm not sure if I even did that in an episode or not, but I'm pretty sure I rode not Laszlo. Laszlo's the one from the single player world. I rode Trouble over here at some point. I think maybe even with Kane. Let's take a look. Oh, we got a bit of stuff here. What is this? I'm going to have to go back into vanilla so I can actually see what some of it is, because I have no idea what half of this stuff is in the Wolfhound texture pack. Sorry, Cookie, it's just not my my usual thing. What have we got in here then? Oh, okay, a lot of stuff. Right, 1 gold pressure plate. Okay, you smelt my heart. I think that they left that for everybody. That wasn't just for me. I don't have some kind of secret admirer on the server or something like that. Grade A bunny meat, CPB Co. Oh, fair enough. Okay, we'll take that over to the Hot Pot Bistro. There's a complimentary cookie, which I'm pretty sure is from the one and only M. Now we have 2 stacks of mossy stone bricks, no note with those, but those will be very useful, I think, over at the Nameless Ruin. There's a Mind If I Stick With You, a You Dork, a Rotten Flesh for some reason, an Oh, excuse me, and ironically, You're My Friend, and oh, a postcard from Pixlriffs. Oh, awesome. I better take a look at this. This is, he's been out in the Wastelands with Zloe XP for a little while, and I think in Zlo's latest episode he was writing this. So let's see, let's take a look. Oh, okay, well, I guess he didn't really learn to use a pen. Nobody gave him a pig pen. But yeah, that's just kind of a random selection of, like, hoof marks and scribbles. Oh, well, maybe I'll teach him to write when he eventually gets back, and hopefully he will return at some point, but we'll have to keep this postcard in a safe place in the meantime. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of Decidedly Vanilla. My name has been Pixlriffs. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. lines sort of going out like this, and they're going to be quite close together at the top, and then as we get further down I think they're going to spread out a little bit more. So the next one will have a couple of gaps, a couple of blocks gap in between it like that.